What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, September 3rd. It is Labor Day 2020. We're having a couple technical difficulties, but we're going live. We're going to bring in a special guest. We're going to skip the main intro and get going right now, so stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. And we are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix metro. All right, so definitely excited to bring in our guest today. Rudy is off and up in Flagstaff with his family, so we're going to bring in my buddy Chip Teetsel with Arizona Insider. Let me bring him in right now. Chip, good morning. How are you, man?
Hey, good morning, Greg. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Having a few little technical difficulties, which is always fun when especially when you're ready to go live. But yeah, outside of that, it's a good day so far.
That's awesome.
How's your morning?
It's great. Yeah, I can't complain. Woke up, handled a couple paperwork tasks, and got ready to sit down with you.
Nice. For anybody who doesn't know, let me. I'm gonna bring Chip's channel up. I recommend you guys check it out. Let me go. If we go, here we go. So here's Arizona Insider. I found Chip kind of looking around. I follow a lot of some of the Arizona channels that are out there. There's a lot of good channels out there. And then I found Chip. We have a lot in common. And if you like my channel, check out his as well. And we're going to be doing a lot of collaboration together. We went out yesterday and shot some footage. We know you guys are looking for videos to kind of show some of the neighborhoods that are out there, some of the cities, all that type of thing. We went and hit Glendale yesterday and excited to put that together for you guys. I know Chip has a lot of time spent there, grew up in Glendale himself. So Chip, first of all, tell like for anybody watching, kind of give us an inside information on what you wanted to do with your channel and kind of why we thought it would be a good idea to collaborate.
Yeah, absolutely. So the whole premise of my channel is to showcase to anybody watching that is not familiar with Arizona, whether it be living here or wanting to know about all the great things you can do and all the places you can go in Arizona, and then the local small businesses. So I create videos about Arizona's hot destinations, the neighborhoods, things you need to know about living here, and occasionally I put together a little video about a local small business. And I just like to make videos, so that's really it.
Yeah, man. Well, and your videos are fantastic. I know, this has been a new process for me. It's been challenging, but a lot of fun. I know, you've kind of gone through some of the same things, but when you watch your stuff, there's so much good content on there. It's easy to watch. It's easy to get sucked in and just kind of watch everything going on. Not only the content you provide about Arizona and whether it's small businesses or neighborhoods or areas, but just kind of your personal stuff going on and talking to other people. So it's good stuff. I think you're doing a great job, and I'm really happy to work with you on some of these new videos we've got coming up.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and yesterday going to Glendale and shooting that video was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see it when we're done.
Yeah, for everybody who's watching, I know these videos putting together regarding the neighborhoods and just kind of doing driving tours and neighborhood tours. They're time consuming, but they're a lot easier and a lot more fun when you got a couple people together. I know that's the goal. I know for me was to get as many of those out to you guys as possible. I think Chip's kind of in the same mindset as well. So with us working together, we're going to be able to create so many more of those for you guys. So let us know what areas you're interested in. I think we're talking a couple ideas for next week, but give us a comment and let us know what you're looking for. And we have a lot to cover. so we don't mind going and shooting if you request it.
Yeah, that's what's great about Arizona. There's a lot of great towns, cities, and neighborhoods, and it's always growing. So by the time we make a video about all that's out there, there'll probably be 3 new areas we could go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and then you can redo them again. Like you can be like, hey, we didn't cover this part of it. I mean, shoot, we're going to have a pretty good video on Glendale coming up, but we barely scratched the surface. So it gives you kind of a peek, kind of an inside look, and hopefully helps you for especially anybody looking to move from out of state, out of country, but even here within Arizona. I mean, I've lived here since 93. I know you've been here, practically your whole life. And I mean, we still haven't seen a lot of what Arizona has to offer. So a lot of it's even new for us.
Yeah, I've within the let's just say over the summer, I've spent some time in the East Valley, but I've recently been working with some folks out in like Gilbert and Chandler, and I've been to parts of Gilbert and Chandler that I had never seen before, and I've lived here essentially 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to see all the growth and all the just how beautiful Arizona is. I mean, really, it's very beautiful.
Well, and one of the cool things, and we can kind of talk a couple subjects here. We're coming up on Labor Day weekend, and I want to, I'd like to share what we're going to have to deal with, and I've been talking about this quite a bit when it comes to the weather. And like how hot it's been this summer, particularly. We've had record temperatures over 110. And I was thinking it looked like we were going to have a cool down going into September, but we've got, tomorrow at 114, Saturday 113, Sunday 111. I mean, it's supposed to cool down a little bit next weekend, that's great, but our Labor Day weekend's going to be hot. But not only just talking about the heat, but I wanted to bring this up because Chip does a lot of videos up in the mountains. I know, your dad is up in Pine Top area. You spend a lot of time up there. Look at the difference here. I'll bring up, Flagstaff as well. So Flagstaff is 88, 88, 89. So we're, 25 degrees less. Pine Top's the same, 89, 88. So you can get out of the warm weather and break away.
To put the perspective for your viewers, that temperature change, Phoenix is like 1,200 feet of elevation. Flag and the White Mountains, the Pine Top Shola, they're about 7,500 feet of elevation. So you have a mile of elevation gain to get that 25, 30 degree difference.
All right.
It's awesome.
Well, 2 hours to Flagstaff. You've got 3.5 to 4 up to Pine Top. But it's worth the drive. And it's beautiful up there. So kind of seeing some of those videos that you can look at Phoenix and how you typically look at Phoenix as far as it being the desert, but knowing that you can make that quick drive up there. And like I said in the beginning, or maybe I missed it in the beginning, like Rudy and his family are up in Flagstaff this weekend. And hello to Rudy if you're out there. We need it. I know. Because do you have your association with Pine Top as well? Can you help people both here in Phoenix and also in Pine Top?
So only my license is just hung up there, but I don't pay for I'm not part of that MLS.
Gotcha.
My folks are, so if anybody is interested or has questions, I can definitely still help.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about getting my association and paying for that up in Flagstaff as well, because I want to go look at every time I see these 110 plus temperatures, especially here in September. I'm like, okay, I want to go look at homes, and might as well take advantage of that. So, yeah, it's been a crazy summer, but hopefully we'll start cooling down here soon. Anything you got planned for Labor Day?
Nothing major planned. Usually we do go up to Pine Top, but since all the virus stuff happened. Pine Top has become probably 10x more of a popular destination, and I'm sure like Flag. So you got to be strategic with when you leave and when you come home, because you can hit some serious traffic. but I'm just having to stay local this weekend. Got some folks I'm working with, so I need to be available in the valley.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I know we're going to be stuck here in the heat as well, but there's lots to do. So you do what you can. Are you seeing? A lot of times we like to bring up kind of the market conditions for anybody who's been watching us over the last few weeks to several months. Obviously, the market's been crazy. We have very little inventory. We have a lot of demand. I'm starting to see a slight decrease. With going back to school, we always see people, especially this year with school being so crazy and half people doing online school and all that stuff. But just the back to school kind of process tends to slow buyers down to a certain degree. But what are you seeing out there, Chip?
Yeah, I guess I'd see it slowed down a little bit, but at least in my world, I've been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
But inventory, absolutely down, like especially compared to a year ago. I think it's like 15% fewer homes on the market, and then
feels like less than that.
I would agree with you, and that lends to, depending on the area, a lot of competition when trying to purchase a home. So people need to be prepared to act quick and be competitive with their offers. So
yeah, no, there's a lot of strategy involved when it comes to helping people find the right property for them, and then when you think you find it, there's a lot of steps involved. It's something we talk about quite often, and you do want to strategize and make sure you're partnering with the right person, and make sure that you go over all of your bases, because it takes a lot of steps in order to secure it properly. And then we also want to make sure that you're not overpaying, because we're seeing so much pressure on people right now that some people are like pushing prices way more than I know some people are comfortable with, including myself. But it's talking strategy, and sometimes that's worth it to people. So we don't want to take that option away from you, but we really want to make sure you're comfortable with what the numbers are.
Yeah, absolutely. I had almost the exact conversation with some folks I've been working with, and they were trying to purchase a home out there, and offer had to be over the asking price. And I was like, hey, don't go outside what you're comfortable with, but if you want to have a chance at purchasing this home, it's going to have to be higher than what it's listed for.
Well, you had a situation, I think this is a good topic too, because it comes up a lot. You just had a recent situation with one of your buyers where they had to go in a little bit over, but then I think it was a situation where the seller listed higher than what the comps were in the community. You guys agreed to the price, but then it didn't appraise. So take people through that process a little bit.
Yeah, so situation, just home in Central Phoenix, and I was representing the buyers. The house was listed for $438,000. They decided they want to make an offer, so I did my research on the area, and my initial opinion was it was a little high based on the comps, but this market's competitive, right? So we made an offer at $430,000, so $8,000 less than the ask, and then they countered, and we agreed right in the middle, right at $434,000. Long story short, appraisal came back at $410,000.
Wow!
So $24,000 off, and obviously the sellers weren't happy about that. They felt it was worth more, but the appraisers,
they're conservative. Yeah, they're trying not to make mistakes. The appraisers get held accountable if they appraise too high, for sure.
Yeah, and even the sellers even went through with the lender a formal dispute process to see if the appraiser would increase the home, and the seller's agent, provided his proof, as you will, but the appraiser didn't. That
doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. And the appraiser responded with his proof.
Yeah.
So we are negotiating some things to meet in the middle again, and we did that yesterday. It involved some cash outside of closing, but we're getting the job done. Sellers are going to be happy to sell their property, and I'm excited for my buyers to get into this home. Nice.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to work through it, because it takes a lot of people to come together and work and make sure that you're not stepping on toes and not causing. I mean, I know I've had this conversation with you and also a few other people recently. 2020 has caused people to be a little bit on edge. And if anybody out there, I'm sure you get this, but we're all stuck in our houses. We're looking online. Everybody hates each other, and you just kind of get this like bad taste in your mouth, and everybody's just kind of waiting to attack somebody. We're pretty nice. We don't attack too many people, but you can feel it. You can feel the tension out there right now, and so you really have to like really massage, especially when it comes to these deals. You got to massage them very well.
You're so right. It's like there's a metaphorical, like kind of like dark cloud, kind of over everywhere right now, and people are just trying to get outside and have the right umbrella to protect themselves from that rain, and it's we're all gonna get through it. Just stay positive, Arizona and America, and we'll get through this.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in just don't constantly look at the news on your phone. Stay away from social media posts and people who troll and all the negativity that like people want to put out there every day. It's hard. We're surrounded by it all the time, and when you're trying to work on stuff, you're gonna have things happen like that. But the best thing you can do is try to avoid it as best you can, and then try to add something positive. Say something nice to people you see throughout the day, even when we're wearing our masks and we have to go out and we have to go shopping. It's like, say hi to the cashier. Give them something fun to talk about, and just be nice. I mean, there's so many people who'd rather be nice than to be mean. So I think we all work on that. We should be in good shape.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, especially like the social media aspect. Don't let the Facebook and Twitter information guide your life. Let's just go back to the days where social media was family pictures and pictures of what the heck we were eating. That's
Well, I got annoyed with that too, so I don't want to see that. But I guess if I have I don't know. I don't know if what's worse between political ads or people sharing their food. I don't know, but I'll complain about either, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'll go back to, I don't know. I mean, I'm like, life without social media. I can't imagine that. It's like kind of like, hey, what would life be without your cell phone?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get old, Chip, and now I'm like thinking like cell phones are like the root of all evil, even though I need it every day. But hey, that's what happens when you get old.
Yeah. No, I cell phones. I mean, there's so much in this thing right here that just, I feel you. I feel you, Greg.
Yeah. So that's all right. We'll try to be a positive light in everybody's day. So for everybody watching, we'll try to spread a little bit of positivity, even though we're talking about this stuff right now. But so let's see what else can we share about what's going on in Arizona right now? Any little things that you can think of that you think people might want to know?
Something, and I don't want to like keep talking about this topic, but in Arizona, our cases, I won't even say what that is related to, but our cases are down.
Yeah.
And we're slowly getting back to this.
The C word.
The cases for the C word are down, and we're slowly getting back to this normal. And I feel like maybe for the first time, masks aside, I feel like people we're coming back. It feels like we're coming back here, and I don't know how that is in other states, but it's slowly getting there. And you'll feel like you're getting there even more if you stay off social media.
Yeah, and like I still think it's good for people to like still take caution. Like I'm super stoked to see the numbers down, especially after what we dealt with in June. And like changes were made that obviously seemed like they were helpful, even though even myself, like some of them, the things I wasn't really necessarily that happy with. But I get that. Nobody knows. We're in a situation where everybody's trying to do the best they can. People are going to try to make the best decisions they can to help everybody. Not everybody's going to like them. That's part of life. But I'm definitely feeling good about it. I don't want to think that we're completely out of danger or it could spike back up. So it's like still take the precautions. But man, I agree. I'm feeling super happy that we were able to at least turn the corner, start seeing more positive progress. And, for people who are coming in here, it's like, hey, you're not coming into the worst place in the world anymore.
Exactly.
And we're doing our best to manage it properly. And I don't think the healthcare system is as bogged down as it was back in June, which is good.
Yeah, it's not. It's so good to hear. And kind of like different topic. I think it's great that you're doing what you're doing, and I want people to realize, my channel, your channel, to get a better feel of inside Arizona. But also, there's this stereotype to think that Arizona is this like dry desert basin year round, and it's so not that.
Yeah.
You have like 5 months where it's warm, but Arizona has so much to offer.
Yeah.
I mean, from job opportunities to places to live, places to visit within Arizona, and then our proximity to San Diego and Vegas and Mexico,
Yep.
and then the local destinations that are close to get away from the heat to ski. People don't even realize that you can ski in Arizona.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty good skiing if it's wet enough that year.
Yeah. And it seems like even though it's been warmer, like it seems like the winters have been pretty good over the last several years. So we have had opportunities where to open Snow Bowl and Sunrise and have people get up and just kind of play in the snow, which again, don't think about too much in Arizona, but it is possible with the elevation changes in some of our areas. So, and hey, especially like in January, when you've got really amazing weather down here, January through April, you got amazing weather down here, and you can head up north and go play in the snow and bring your kids up to play in the snow a little bit just for like a weekend. So you're not having to deal with it on a daily basis, but just as a fun thing to do, you can get up there. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really great. And Greg, I'll throw a question out. What would you say is like the number one thing that you know about Arizona that you don't think others don't know? Like, what if you could tell someone?
The number one thing about Arizona,
Yeah, and that's an on-the-fly question. I'm trying to think I can answer that, but I think maybe I just said it, but I think for people that are considering moving here, that the thing that people don't realize is how you can be in different climates. It's not always hot, and then like I just said, the proximity to things. I don't think a lot of people really realize that.
Yeah, it's a really good question, and I haven't thought about it. And I've done like pros and cons videos and stuff like that, and kind of talked about how you hear random people talk about like one thing that stuck out in my mind. Like one of my friends was traveling, and she lived in Minneapolis, and so she wanted a place to come down in January to go hang out by the pool and have some cocktails, which I'm down for all the time. But I was like, hey, that sounds awesome and all, but I don't know like if January is the best pool weather here in Arizona. Like we're not Mexico. Like you're not going to come down and have like the tropical weather and like there's people, we have a ton of people that come down and have their Airbnbs and they heat their pools like in January and they can go swimming. But I'm not in my pool in January. It's chilly. Like we get down to temperatures that get into the freezing temperatures sometimes in January, which again I welcome since it's so hot during the summer. But I always just find that funny. Like people think Arizona's hot all the time as well.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But I guess the amount of hot we're in sometimes feels like all the time, right?
Yeah.
When we're in it. I think there's some benefits to the heat too. It's dry. It's not a high humidity heat like you get in the South and Florida, Atlanta, all those places.
Yep.
Like it is truly a dry heat. And if it is a little humid that day, it's because we got a monsoon and we welcome those all. Too, so.
And I know a lot of people like the dry heat is helpful just for health benefits. I know like being in the humidity tends to not be very comfortable for a lot of people out there, and they just have to get away. And the dry heat just tends to your body reacts so much better to it. So so it makes sense. I mean, I trust me. When it's 120 degrees, I'm not talking about any dry heat. I don't care about how dry it is, but it is definitely helpful, and it's humidity sucks. Like I don't think anybody likes it. So yeah, I try to stay away from that too.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, cool, man. Well, let's share people. It's coming up on 25 minutes. We'll wrap up here in about 5, but let's say hi to Yves. Thank you, Yves, for coming in and saying hello as always. We appreciate you. But let's talk about what we're planning on doing. I think it's important for everybody to know kind of why we're collaborating and what we're trying to accomplish, and hopefully some positives as far as putting out content on both our channels coming up here in the future.
Yeah, well, it was really awesome when I got connected with you, because we share the same vision as it relates to content and YouTube and how we want to help our viewers, but also our professional background is the same. So, and our goals with our professional backgrounds are similar. So It's cool. We're the same mindset, and we just really want to help people get to know Arizona, and then the ones that like it enough to come out here, we want to help them with that process as well.
Yeah, and again, like if you haven't seen Chip's videos yet, I recommend that you do. My videos, and for everybody who's watching this, I'm sure, and I appreciate you guys watching, but my videos I don't think are anywhere near the quality of Chip's videos, and so I'm excited to learn from you and have you kind of put your creative effort into them. Because I'm learning a lot about how to really put a good video together.
Well, give yourself more credit than that. Your videos are solid, Greg. And like I was telling you yesterday, your presence in front of the camera is great. But putting them together, I was telling you this yesterday. Like I didn't realize how much I would enjoy the creative process, because I've never painted or played a musical instrument, so I've never had a creative outlet.
Yeah.
For the day I decided to start making videos, and it has consumed me in the best of ways. The time I spend and editing and even improving the software that I use, and trying to make each video better. That way people enjoy them and get good information from it.
Yeah. Well, you're doing good. I look forward to working with you, and I know, Rudy and I are going to be doing stuff together. We're all going to be working on stuff together. I think it's going to be a win-win for everybody, especially the viewers, because I think our content is going to be awesome. Chip and I have been around. We know Arizona pretty well. We're going to take a look at some areas that even we haven't been like experts on too. Share that with you. And we could be doing videos for the next 20 years and not scratch the surface of Arizona. But we're gonna do what we can to provide a lot of the great details and the areas that we know. We're gonna try to answer your questions as far as the areas that you want to hear about, and just go out there and put out good content. And then for anybody, like Chip said, for anybody who's looking to potentially want to move here or relocate, find the best city neighborhood for them, we'll hopefully be here to help you on that process as well.
Yeah, join us as we explore this great state of Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great place. So I'm definitely excited to work with you, Greg, on more videos, and always excited to put a video together to share with the world. So it's one of my favorite things to do. So
yeah. It's awesome. Yvette, since you're out there watching, and again, we appreciate you watching, do you have any questions before we jump off here? Anything we can answer for you? We'll I know you might be watching here in and out, but we'll give you a few seconds before we jump off here. I'm trying to think anything else, little bits of details that we could. We talked about. We might as well bring this up. We talked about potentially going out to Vistancia next week, and hitting that. That'll be a kind of a fun little area. That's Vistancia is a Buckeye now, isn't it? Right?
Well, maybe is it Vistancia?
Or no, actually, it's in Peoria. It's in Peoria. Yeah, Vistancia is in Peoria.
Verado, Vistancia, Verado. I meant Verado.
Verado. Okay. Verado's yes. There's there's so many communities out there, and they're huge communities, and it's a lot, but it's fun for us too because we get to learn a lot of details as well. And
Buckeye and Verado, like last year, I think 2019 census or whatever it is declared Buckeye the fastest growing city in the country, and then for us being natives, like Buckeye it's way west of Metro Phoenix, and unless you live out there as a Phoenician, you're not really going to be going out there unless you're going to create a video or play the golf course out there. So it'll be a learning experience for us to go out there and check it out, and but it's really pretty out there, like it really is. So
and I think like a lot of people, especially coming in from California, tend to be attracted to that area because you're going out there. Like for people who have to go back and forth, maybe either you got family out there, maybe people are commuting for work. it's, you're cutting an hour off your trip by living out there going into Southern California. All right, Avez, let's see, what do you got? Would you still help someone who buys a house outside of your website? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but we're here to help however we can. So I'm not sure if it's just the website. Like I'll help guide you however you need. I guess if you're working with another agent, I guess if you're asking that potentially, we have to be a little bit careful on how we manage that. So that's the only thing that would potentially come up if you've got another agent that you might be working with on that. But let me know. I'm easy. Like we're pretty casual and easy to work with. So as long as you kind of give me a heads up on what you're trying to accomplish, I'll do the best I can to guide you in the right direction. So, Chip, any parting thoughts before we let everybody go?
Any parting thoughts? Just stay positive. I don't know. Just stay optimistic out there when it comes to just everything, and don't hesitate to reach out to Greg if you have questions about living in Phoenix, knowing things about Arizona in specific. Like, reach out to Greg. He's a plethora of information, so don't hesitate to reach out to you. I've
got both of our contact information on the screen right now, and hey, everybody's different. If you want to give Chip a call on anything, his number's on the screen as well. So we're pretty easy going. I think whoever's a good match. And again, we're working together, so it'll work out pretty nicely either way. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, Avez. Thank you for tuning in, asking a few questions. For anybody who's watching later on, we appreciate you as well. And we will catch you guys on the next video. Have a great Labor Day weekend. We'll see you.
See you guys.